Alcohol and cigarette sponsorships have gone hand in hand with racing over the years. Everybody remembers the classics like the Marlboro Ferraris of the 90s and 2000s. We also remember the many martini cars over the years. But one car I'd never seen was a Corona car. That was until getting footage for the All IndyCar episode on Mario Haberfield. Seeing that car stuck out in my mind, and I want to know more about this driver, and today I share this information with you all. Today we talk about Rodolfo Lavin, a Mexican driver whose IndyCar career started from the demise of kart. Welcome back to All IndyCar, the motorsports history show looking at the most interesting stories in American open-wheel racing. Rodolfo Lavin was born July 30th, 1977 in San Luis, Mexico. He would originally start racing in motocross before moving to karts by 1987. It's unclear how he performed exactly, but he must have shown some speed and promise, as by 1992, Lavin would be competing in Formula Azteca, where results are once again unavailable. We must assume he was successful in this series as well, as he then raced in Mexican Formula 3s for 1994 and 1995, where he finished runner-up in the series the 2 seasons. This and his sponsorship from Corona Beer would attract the attention of Leading Edge Motorsports and Indy Lights, who signed Rodolfo for the 1996 Indy Lights season. This rookie season would be pretty bad if we're going to be honest. Of the 12 starts that season, his best finish would be a 12th at Detroit, which doesn't seem too bad until you look at his entire season. Looking over the season as a whole, he would have an average finish of 15th, 4 DNFs, and a DNQ at Nazareth. He scored a grand total of 2 points this year, which is 2 more than he'd get in 1997, where 4 DNFs would become 6, and a best finish of 12th would regress to a best finish of 15th. The next 3 years would also disappoint, but his results would gradually improve, and by his last season in Indy Lights, he was scoring top 10s on a fairly regular basis. However, after 5 disappointing seasons, Rodolfo Lavin would leave Indy Lights and move to the Atlantic Series to race for Michael Shank, where results would improve. This isn't that much of an achievement, as he was only one of 9 drivers to race full-time that season and only finished 7th in the points, but he still had good results throughout the year, including a podium at Nazareth. However, this one podium was offset with 3 DNFs that year and other disappointing results. 2002, he would continue to race with Michael Shank, but his results regressed slightly, with the only highlight of this year being a 2nd place finish at Milwaukee. Rodolfo Lavin would finish 9th in the points that season. So after struggling for 7 years in Atlantics and Indy Lights, it would be painfully obvious to anyone that he wasn't ready for IndyCar or just didn't belong at all. This is motorsports though, and sometimes a far superior driver is dropped for one that brings in money. This is especially true in a series that had most of their star drivers and teams leave for your closest competitor in the span of 2 years. For 2003, kart desperately needed money, and this came from new paid drivers, and a whole lot of them. In the 2002 kart season, there were 5 rookies. In the 2003 kart season, there were 15. One of these was Rodolfo Lavin, who had raced with Walker Motorsports that season. Walker had an all-rookie lineup this year with Rodolfo Lavin and Darren Manning, but unlike Haas F1 in 2021, this season wasn't all that bad. For Darren Manning, 2003 would see 15 top 10s, a 2nd place finish at Surfers Paradise, and a 9th place points finish, would see Darren Manning be the 2nd best rookie of that year behind only Sebastian Bourdais. Rodolfo, on the other hand, was the lowest ranked full-time rookie that year and only scored 3 top 10s, which doesn't seem too bad at first, but when you look closer at this season, it shows how bad he was this year. St. Petersburg, for instance, was his first race, but this was unusually bad. He started last with a qualifying time of 1 minute 6 seconds .527, while his teammates set a 1 minute 2.239. Also during this weekend, he pulled off a Milkaduno and spun in pretty much every session that weekend, something that even got mentioned in the booth when he brought out a caution during the race after a spin. After that season, he left Walker Motorsports and joined Forsyth Racing for 2004, and his results got much better with standout performances. This was epitomized with a podium at Road America that year. It would be his first and only IndyCar podium and the best finish of his career. 2004 still wasn't too great compared to his teammates who finished 3rd and 4th in the championship, while Lavin finished 14th. After 2 inconsistent and frankly disappointing seasons, Rodolfo Lavin would only race 6 times in 2005. This season would be much like the 2 before it, inconsistent, so as a result, when 2005 came to an end, Rodolfo Lavin left racing for good. Nowadays, Rodolfo Lavin is the co-owner of the Santa Ursula camp in the outskirts of San Luis, Mexico. The camp looks pretty cool, and it's really nice that Rodolfo Lavin helps out the community in the way he does. Rodolfo Lavin wasn't isn't a great driver in motorsports, but from what I've seen, he is a great person. Also, I will give him this. Rodolfo was improving in IndyCar until he was left out of racing after 2005. If he was given more time to develop in Formula Atlantics and Indy Lights, his career would have been far more fruitful, but we can't change what happened in his career. All we can do is look back on it.